Chapter 6, The Secret of Pair Analysis. Why pairs? Why not just guess the whole number? Let's be real, guessing all 3 digits of a pick 3 straight hit is like trying to guess your neighbor's Netflix password. You might get it right, but chances are, you'll be throwing darts in the dark and hitting your landlord's cat instead. But pairs? Oh, pairs are the key. They're the bread and butter of pick 3 analysis. Instead of wrestling with the chaos of 1,000 possibilities, you narrow the battlefield. Suddenly, you're not fighting the whole war, you're picking the generals who keep showing up. It's like being asked to find a needle in a haystack, but someone whispers, "Don't worry. The needle is silver, and it likes hanging out with straw number 7 and number 9. That's pair analysis. You can't ignore this. You're here because you don't just want to play, you want to win. You want an edge. And here's the golden promise, pair analysis gives you that edge. When you start tracking pairs, 2-digit combos that repeat over time, you realize the lottery isn't chaos. It's a jukebox. And pairs? They're the greatest hits on repeat. Some pairs are chart toppers, showing up week after week, like your favorite summer anthem. Others are one-hit wonders, vanishing after a brief run on the charts. And if you can catch the rhythm of these pairs, you're not just a player anymore. You're the DJ. You control the beat. The clueless player. Let's poke some fun. Meet Bob. Bob plays 1 2 3 every day because, well, it's easy to remember. Bob has lost so much money he could have bought a small island in the Caribbean by now. Meanwhile, pair analysts are circling the 6 9 and 8 2 pair like hawks, knowing they've shown up 4 times this month already. Bob shrugs. Guess I'm just unlucky. No, Bob. You're just lazy. How pair analysis works, without the math overload. Here's the persuasive truth, pair analysis is simple. Anyone can do it. Step 1, write down the last 30 or so draws. Step 2, break each 3-digit number into pairs. For example, 367 becomes 366737. Step 3, count how often each pair shows up. Soon, you'll notice something shocking, the same pairs keep creeping back, like unwanted guests at Thanksgiving dinner. Example: 36 shows up 5 times. 82 shows up 4 times. 14 hasn't appeared in weeks. What does this mean? That you should start building plays around those repeat offenders. Why this strategy is non-negotiable? Let me be blunt, if you're ignoring pairs, you're sabotaging yourself. Imagine 2 players. Player A picks numbers based on birthdays, anniversaries, or gut feelings. Player B tracks pairs, sees the frequency, and builds plays with those pairs included. Player B is stacking probabilities. Player A is stacking excuses. Guess which one goes home broke? Picture this. It's Friday night. You've got your rundown chart in one hand, your pair analysis sheet in the other. You notice that 8-2 has been hitting like crazy, and 6-7 is due for a comeback. You scribble down combos with those pairs, like 6-8-2, 2-6-7, 9-6-7. The draw comes in. Boom. 2-6-7 lands. You cash out, while everyone else moans about bad luck. You didn't win because of luck. You won because you saw what everyone else ignored. the psychology of pairs. Here's the deeper truth: the human brain loves patterns. We're hardwired to look for them. The lottery machine doesn't care about your feelings, but it does leave behind breadcrumbs, pairs that repeat. Pair analysis turns those breadcrumbs into a map. Ignore it, and you're just wandering the forest barefoot, hoping the wolves are vegan. Pairs versus superstition. Superstition player: I dreamed about the number 5 last night. It means something. Pair analyst: that's adorable. Meanwhile, the 6-9 pair has hit 7 times this month. But sure, let's bet on your dream. Superstition is cute. Pair analysis is profitable. Pair types you need to watch. 1. Front pairs, the first 2 digits. Example, 3-6 in 3-6-7. 2. Back pairs, the last 2 digits. Example, 6-7 in 3-6-7. 3. Split pairs, the first and last digit. Example, 3-7 in 3-6-7. Each type has its own rhythm, its own cycle. Track them separately, and you'll start seeing patterns most players will never touch. Why the lottery fears pair analysts. Here's the satire and truth mixed. The lottery loves birthday players. They fund the system. But pair analysts? They're the problem children. Why? Because pair analysts aren't throwing darts blindfolded. They're aiming. They're reducing 1,000 possibilities into focused plays. That's dangerous, for the lottery. Which means it's powerful, for you. What pair analysis gives you? Pair analysis hands you focus. Narrow the chaos of 1,000 numbers down to the 20 to 30 that actually matter. Confidence: you're not guessing. You're analyzing. Consistency: you spot pairs that keep returning, and you capitalize. It's not just a strategy. It's an upgrade. A mindset shift. Case study: the rise of pair A2. Let's play story time. A player tracked 30 draws and noticed that A2 popped up 4 times in 2 weeks. They circled it. They built plays around it. Next week, 5-8-2 landed. 2 days later, 1-8-2. 3 days after that, 9-8-2. 3 wins. 1 week. All from spotting one pair. Was it magic? Nope. Was it luck? Not even close. It was pair analysis, plain and simple. The players who refuse to learn. You'll still meet players who laugh at pair analysis. They'll say, it's all random. You can't predict it. You nod. You smile. And then you cash their money, because they're literally funding your wins. They're the same people who think wearing a lucky hat changes the odds. Believe the machine owes them. Swear their horoscope has the winning digits. Meanwhile, pair analysts keep winning in silence. Become the pair analyst. So here's the choice. You can stay a casual player, wasting money, crying about bad luck. Or you can step up, track pairs, analyze them, build plays around them. Because in pick 3, pairs aren't just numbers. They're clues. They're the breadcrumbs that lead you to the prize. And once you see them, you'll never play blind again. Final word: the secret no one tells you. Here's the bottom line. The lottery thrives on ignorance. But pair analysis is knowledge. And knowledge in this game is money. So don't ignore it. Don't laugh it off. Don't be Bob. Start tracking. Start analyzing. Start winning. Because in the world of Pick 3, pairs aren't just a strategy. They're the secret weapon. Chapter 7, How to Use Sums and Roots Effectively. The elephant in the room, why players ignore sums. Let's be brutally honest, most players don't even think about sums. They just see 3 random digits, scribble a ticket, cross their fingers, and pray harder than a televangelist on Sunday morning. But sums? Sums are the silent language of Pick 3. They're the DNA of the numbers. The heartbeat. And once you learn how to read that heartbeat, you stop fumbling in the dark and start operating with a flashlight. Ignoring sums is like buying a Ferrari and never leaving first gear. Technically, you're driving, but you're not going anywhere meaningful. Why you must care about sums. Here's the pitch: every 3-digit Pick 3 number produces a sum. Add the digits, reduce them if needed, and boom, you've got a simple number that carries massive weight. Example: draw 3 6 7 3 plus 6 plus 7 equals 16. Root sum 1 plus 6 equals 7. Now, ask yourself, would you rather analyze 1,000 possible combos, or 27 possible sums? Spoiler, there are only 27 sums in Pick 3, ranging from 0 to 27. Exactly. Suddenly, the game shrinks. You've taken chaos and put it in a straitjacket. Player versus the sum analyst. Player A: I just play whatever my gut tells me. Sometimes my dog barks at 5 o'clock, so I pick 500. Player B: meanwhile, the last 5 draws have all had sums between 12 and 16. Probability says another mid-range sum is coming. Let's focus there. Player A loses again and claims the machine is rigged. Player B walks away with extra gas money. Who do you want to be? Sums as predictive patterns. Lottery numbers feel random, until you track sums. Then you see something remarkable: sums move in rhythms. Sometimes they cluster, you'll see 3 or 4 consecutive mid-sums, say between 10 and 15. Sometimes they jump, from a low sum like 5 straight up to a high sum like 23. Here's the trick: tracking these flows tells you where to hunt. If you notice the last 6 draws have been mid-sums, you know a low or high is about to break through. It's the lottery's way of saying, surprise, but not really. Roots, the secret twin of sums. If sums are the big picture, roots are the X-ray. A root is simply the single digit you get when you reduce the sum down to 1 through 9. Example: draw 4 5 8 4 plus 5 plus 8 equals 17. 1 plus 7 equals root 8. Roots let you strip the fat and focus on one digit that guides the show. 9 roots. That's it. While everyone else is swimming in a sea of 1,000 numbers, you're chilling in a kiddie pool with 9. Which do you think is easier to manage? Imagine this. Imagine you're analyzing the past 30 draws. You realize root 3 has shown up 7 times in 2 weeks. Meanwhile, roots 5 and 8 are barely showing up at all. Would you keep wasting plays on root 8? No. You'd hammer root 3 and cash in while it's hot. That's not superstition. That's strategy. Why this matters more than luck. Luck is a fairy tale. Sums and roots are math. Cold, hard, undeniable math. And the lottery may feel random, but the truth is, it bleeds patterns. Sums and roots expose those patterns. If you keep ignoring them, you're basically volunteering to stay broke. But if you lean into them, you suddenly become the player with insider knowledge. Why most players lose? Let's mock the excuses we hear every day. I don't have time to track sums. Translation, I'd rather lose money fast than think smart for 10 minutes. It's all luck anyway. Translation, I'm too lazy to do math a 5th grader can handle. My cousin won without sums, so I'll just copy him. Translation, I love relying on blind chance while my wallet cries. Come on. This isn't rocket science. It's 3rd grade edition. If you can count your beer cans on a Friday night, you can track sums. Breaking down sum ranges. Here's where the persuasion sharpens. Low sums, 0 to 9, these produce tight numbers like 003 or 114. They tend to run in streaks. Mid sums, 10 to 17, the most common range, producing balance. Numbers like 367, 592, etc. High sums, 18 to 27, rare, but when they hit big. Numbers like 972, 996. If you notice a drought in one of these ranges, guess what's coming? A breakthrough. Roots in real play. Let's say you see the following. Last 10 draws, roots 4, 7, 2, 4, 4, 1, 7, 2, 7, 4. Do you notice the weight here? Roots 4 and 7 are running the show. That means your next plays should absolutely build around numbers that reduce to 4 or 7. Why waste money chasing the neglected roots when the obvious winners are screaming in your face? The ROI of sums and roots. This isn't about complicated math. It's about smarter ROI. For every $1 you spend, you want the highest possible return. Tracking sums and roots doesn't guarantee wins, nothing does. But it tilts the odds in your favor. And in a game where the odds are stacked against you, tilting them even slightly makes a massive difference. Case study, the Sum 15 streak. One player tracked their state pick 3 and noticed something weird. Sum 15 appeared 4 times in 2 weeks. They laughed. It won't come again. But a smart analyst said, patterns love repetition. Sure enough, 3 days later, Sum 15 hit again. While most players dismissed it as coincidence, the analyst cashed in, because they weren't relying on wishful thinking. They were following the math. The dreamer versus the doer. Dreamer, I'm just waiting for my lucky number to come. Doer, I'm tracking sums, roots, pairs, and rundowns. My lucky number doesn't need to come, I'll find it. One is forever broke. The other is buying steaks instead of ramen. Start using sums and roots today. Here's the blunt truth. If you walk away from this chapter without committing to tracking sums and roots, you're dooming yourself to stay on the losing side. The lottery rewards the players who study it, not the ones who treat it like a slot machine. Sums and roots give you focus. They give you clarity. They shrink the battlefield. Use them, or keep funding the jackpot for someone else. Final word, the secret weapon nobody talks about. The biggest irony? Most players don't touch sums and roots because they sound boring. And that's exactly why they're powerful. The masses are distracted with birthdays and horoscopes while the serious players are laughing their way to the bank, powered by addition. So here's the secret you came for: sums and roots aren't boring, they're bankable. Stop ignoring them. Start mastering them. And watch how the pick 3 stops feeling like chaos and starts feeling like opportunity. Chapter 8, The Positional Code, Digit 1 versus Digit 2 versus Digit 3. The big lie of randomness. The lottery wants you to think every digit is just a number. Cute story. Sounds scientific. But in pick 3, each position, the first digit, the second digit, and the third digit, plays its own role in the story. Think of it like this. Digit 1 is the lead actor. Digit 2 is the plot twist. Digit 3 is the grand finale. Treat them the same, and you'll get the same results as the average player, a pocket full of worthless tickets. Treat them differently, and suddenly you're decoding a script most people can't even see. Why positional analysis is essential. Let's imagine two players. Player A, numbers are numbers. Who cares where they land? Player B, digit 1 behaves differently than digit 3. If I know digit 1 is trending high, 7 through 9, and digit 3 is trending low, 0 through 3, I can narrow down my plays. Player A buys blind. Player B trims 1,000 possibilities down to maybe 30. Who do you think has the better chance? That's the persuasion. Not opinion. Not theory. Cold, hard math. The position doesn't matter, crowd. You've met them. The folks who shrug and say, numbers fall where they fall. There's no point studying positions. That's like saying quarterbacks and linebackers are all just football players. Try putting your grandma at quarterback and see how the game goes. Positions matter. In sports. In chess. In life. And yes, in pick 3. Breaking down the positions. Digit 1, the trend setter. The first digit sets the stage. It's the tone setter. Patterns show digit 1 often cycles differently than digit 2 or digit 3. For example, it may favor repeats, like 119, or 112. Or it may climb consistently across draws, 3, then 4, then 5. When you ignore it, you miss the narrative. Digit 2, the wildcard. This is where chaos likes to live. The second digit is notorious for being the swing digit. Why? Because it often acts like the pivot between stability and volatility. Look at past draws, and you'll notice digit 2 changes direction more often. If 161 drops, the 6 in the middle is more likely to spin to a different neighbor than the outside digits. Ignore this at your own risk. Digit 3, the closer. Digit 3 is the exclamation point. Here's where high-low shifts love to appear. Players who track just the last digit will tell you, it swings faster than a politician during election season. 1 week, the tail end is flooded with zeros, ones, twos. The next week, it spikes with 8s and 9s. You can either catch the wave, or get wiped out by it. The comedy of ignorance. Here's what cracks me up: people will analyze everything under the sun, dream books, birthdays, lucky socks, but they won't stop to ask, why does digit 3 keep landing on 7 this week? That's like ignoring the smoke detector blaring at 2 a.m. because you think it's probably nothing. Positions reduce chaos. Let's make this simple. Without positional tracking, you're staring at 1000 combos, blindfolded. With positional tracking, you reduce the chaos. You separate the roles. Example: you notice digit 1 is rotating 3, 4, 5. Digit 2 has been anchored around 6 for 3 draws. Digit 3 keeps bouncing between 2 and 8. Congratulations! You've just sliced 1000 combos into maybe a dozen serious contenders. That's how winners think. Imagine this. Imagine you're at a horse race. 10 horses are running. But you learn that horse number 1, digit 1, has won the last 3 races. Horse number 2, digit 2, always stumbles mid-track. And horse number 3, digit 3, loves to sprint in at the end. Would you bet blindly on all 10 horses? Of course not. You'd zero in on the positions that matter. Pick 3 is no different. Patterns hidden in positions. Here's where the persuasive edge sharpens. Digit 1 bias. Some states show a heavy bias towards certain digits leading the charge. Example, more 1s and 2s than 8s or 9s in the first slot. Digit 2 mirrors. Digit 2 often mirrors its neighbors. Like 4 mirroring into 9, or 2 into 7. Digit 3 swings. The final digit loves to repeat, or break violently. If you ignore this, you're voluntarily throwing money away. The gut feeling gambler. Gut gambler, I don't need positional tracking. I just feel like 777 is coming. Analyst, digit 1 has been low for 5 draws, digit 2 has mirrored twice, digit 3 is repeating high digits. My bet's on 573. Guess who ends up feeling broke? How to track positions like a pro. 1. Set up 3 columns in Excel, digit 1, digit 2, digit 3. Record each draw separately. 2. Color code highs and lows. O high digits, 5 through 9. O low digits, 0 through 4. 3. Watch for streaks. O does digit 1 keep repeating highs? O is digit 2 bouncing between mirrors? O is digit 3 refusing to leave a range? 4. Predict the break. O if digit 3 has been low for 7 draws, expect a high. O if digit 1 has been climbing, watch for a reset. What this really means for you. This isn't about memorizing trivia. This is about taking control of chaos. By treating each digit as its own player, you stop guessing and start anticipating. Digit 1 shows you the trend. Digit 2 shows you the pivot. Digit 3 shows you the payoff. That's the positional code. Crack it, and you're no longer a dreamer, you're a strategist. Case study, the stubborn middle digit. A player in Georgia noticed something odd. The middle digit, digit 2, kept repeating in 8 of the last 12 draws. While everyone else kept spreading bets randomly, this player locked onto the middle digit trend and nailed 682. The random draw wasn't random at all, it was a positional tell. The loser's excuses. Positions don't matter. Spoken right before tearing up another losing ticket. It's all luck. Translation, I'm too lazy to open Excel. Nobody can predict this game, said while someone else is quietly cashing in. Positions matter. Deny it all you want, but your wallet won't. Start respecting positions. Here's the truth. If you want to keep being average, ignore positions. Keep playing birthdays and hunches. But if you want to rise above the herd, start today. Track digit 1. Track digit 2. Track digit 3. Watch the behaviors. Anticipate the swings. Stop leaving money on the table. Final word, the secret code nobody talks about. Everyone focuses on the numbers. Few focus on the positions. And that's why most people lose. But you now know the secret. Digit 1 is not digit 2. And digit 2 is not digit 3. The positional code is real. Crack it, and you're no longer at the mercy of luck. You're steering the game with strategy.